Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock with news both superpowers are dicing with unsustainable budget deficits that are poised to explode. The Moody's downgrade was just a teaser. The bond market will make the real judgment. But first today, the overnight dairy auction brought the expected settling of prices, even though they remain high. They dipped overall by 0.85% on low volumes offered, but with the backdrop that the European season is currently at its peak. Whole milk powder and skim milk powder both dipped minorly as signalled in the derivatives market. US retail sales rose 5.4% last week from the same week a year ago, but this is clouded by the unknown impact of the new tariff taxes. On Wall Street, there is growing nervousness about how the federal government's budget is being planned. If it goes through as the administration is proposing, the US deficit will balloon sharply, and the bond market will have something sharp to say about that. In Canada, their inflation rate fell to 1.7% in April, but there was a special one-off factor that helped it. A large part was a drop in energy prices, not only because of oil prices are easing, but also because they removed their consumer carbon tax. Food prices there were up 3.8%, however, especially the cost of fresh food. And China cut its key policy lending rates to record lows at yesterday's May fixing. And the US isn't the only superpower flirting with deficit spending danger. China is too, with its fiscal stimulus pushing its 4-month budget deficit to a record high of 2.65 trillion yuan. And there is no public pushback on the wisdom of that in China. In Australia, they cut their cash rate target by 25 basis points as expected to 3.85%, which they say is still at a restrictive level, just less so. Inflation and trade uncertainties are still on their mind, however, and the risks that they flagged to their continuing expansion were more than markets were anticipating. The US Treasury 10-year yield is now 4.48%, up a mere 1 basis point from this time yesterday, and the price of gold will start today at $3,285 an ounce, up $58 from yesterday. And oil prices are a tad softer in the US at $62 a barrel, but the international Brent price is 50 cents firmer at $65.50 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is now at 59.2 US cents, up 30 basis points from yesterday at this time. Against the Aussie, we're up 40 basis points at 92.2 Australian cents. But against the euro, we're down 20 basis points at 52.5 euro cents. That all means our trade weighted index starts today at just over 67.5 and essentially unchanged from yesterday. You can get more news about the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.